twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go! Focus, defense, focus. Check safety, check safety. No. Off. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing now is Allen. He's got Smith here. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Brandon Copeland drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up.
On 1st down, Allen. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Rashad Penny. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Mike 54. Here we go, G. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Middle. Hey, what's that? Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Switch.
They'll try the right side here with Penny. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1.
Hey, check Mike.
Back. Watch twins.
Shift. Hey, tight.
Motion.
Five.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling outcome.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A terrific run there by Penny. 43 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Penny. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd and 12, Allen being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. On the counter, here's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? Third and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
Here comes Grant on the return. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And given the elements, this might have been what we would have expected, Charles. Scoreless into the second quarter.
The elements have definitely played a part in this game, a big part. And I think that both teams have been a little slow to adjust their playbook and start playing to whatever their strengths are in these conditions.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. The first carry for Josh Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Allen now looks to throw. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Henry Anderson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They run on 2nd down with Adams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Allen hit. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. The 30. Past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back up?
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Brian Burns leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a draw play. This is Bell. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Darnold now to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, the Jets turn to kicker Sam Ficken. And this a 39-yard attempt. Ficken's kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will be fielded at the 6. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 39.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Rolling to his left. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Caught here by Bell. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins.
And Darnold, he lost the football. Dallas is picked up by the Bills. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Check. Switch.
At the 32-yard line.
Hey, Delta.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen, he'll let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The safety, Marcus May, in there on the coverage.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Let's get it.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
49,
Off of play action, Darnold escaping the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one. And none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Darnold from the gun. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. On first down, Bell. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Bell. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Buffalo. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And he's got room. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
On first down, this is Adams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's get that ball. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Now it's Penny running right. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And they'll run it again with Penny. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Once more, Adams on first down. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Penny will try to punch it in, and he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the fourth. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A first down throw, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. He's back to throw. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. From the 50, it's Darnold. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Darnold. Enunwa's got it, complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Back to throw. Got an open man. It's Enunwa. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll look to throw. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10, and he's hit on his last 7 straight passes. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Check safety, check safety. No. Kill.
After the penalty, it's Bell. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And his kick is good. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So nothing of importance there, just the season on the line, and he puts it home to likely get him through to the division round.
If you're a fan, you're watching this one with your hands over your eyes. But if you're a kicker, that's what you practice for all season long. And this one was never in doubt.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. And a disappointing